Have you ever wondered how podcasters maintain their voice quality? It's not just about the content they deliver, but how they deliver it. The magic behind those captivating voices lies in the art of vocal care and control. This video is your guide to honing your voice for podcasting. We'll delve into techniques like vocal warm-ups, voice modulation, and effective delivery, all aimed at enhancing listener engagement. By the end of this video, you'll have some essential tips to improve your voice for podcasting. Just like athletes, your vocal cords need a warm-up before you start podcasting. Now, why is that? Well, just as you wouldn't sprint without first stretching your legs, you shouldn't dive into a podcast recording without preparing your voice. This isn't just to avoid sounding like you've just rolled out of bed, though a clear, vibrant voice is definitely more engaging to listeners. More importantly, vocal warm-ups can help prevent strain and damage to your vocal cords. So, how do you warm up your voice? Let's dive into a few simple and effective exercises. First off, humming. Sounds simple, right? But it's incredibly effective. Start by quietly humming a few bars of your favorite song, gradually increasing your volume. This helps to loosen up your vocal cords and gets the resonance going in your voice. Next up, yawning. Yes, you heard that right, yawning. It's an excellent way to open up your throat and relax your voice. Try a few intentional yawns to feel the stretch in your vocal cords. Lastly, let's talk about tongue trills. They might feel a bit silly, but they are fantastic for relaxing your lips and tongue, key players in your speech. To do a tongue trill, simply roll your tongue and make a rrrr sound, like a purring cat. These exercises should be a part of your routine every time you're about to record. Don't skip them. Remember, a good vocal warm-up can prevent damage to your voice and help you sound your best. Scene script. Voice modulation is not just about changing the pitch or volume of your voice, it's an art. Picture this. You're listening to a podcast, and the host drones on in a monotonous tone. Before long, you're disinterested, perhaps even dozing off, right? That's where the art of voice modulation comes into play. It's the secret sauce that keeps your listeners engaged, hanging on to your every word, eagerly anticipating what comes next. Voice modulation is essentially the control of your voice's pitch, volume, pace, and quality to convey emotions, emphasize key points, and make your content more compelling. It's like painting a vivid picture with your voice, adding layers of depth and color to your storytelling. But how can you master this art? Well, it starts with understanding your voice. Listen to recordings of yourself and identify your natural pitch, volume, and pace. This self-awareness forms the basis of your modulation skills. Next, experiment with these elements. Play around with your pitch. Go high for excitement, low for seriousness. Adjust your volume, loud to command attention, soft to create intimacy. Vary your pace, fast to convey urgency, slow for emphasis or clarity. And don't forget the quality of your voice. Smooth for a soothing effect, rough for intensity or drama. Remember, voice modulation is not about being theatrical or artificial. It's about enhancing your natural voice to better connect with your audience. It's about authenticity. Practice is key. Read aloud, record yourself, and listen back. Experiment with different tones, volumes, and paces. Practice with different types of content, news, stories, interviews. Over time, you'll become more comfortable and confident in modulating your voice. And don't be afraid of making mistakes. It's all part of the learning process. Even the most seasoned podcasters had to start somewhere. Ultimately, voice modulation is about making your podcast more dynamic and engaging. It's about taking your listeners on an auditory journey, captivating them with your voice, your story. It's about creating a podcast that not only informs or entertains, but also resonates and connects on a deeper level. With practice, voice modulation can become second nature and will make your podcasts more dynamic and engaging. Now that we've warmed up and modulated, it's time to deliver our message effectively. In the realm of podcasting, effective delivery is paramount. It's not just about what you say, but how you say it. A well-delivered message can captivate your listeners, keeping them engaged and eager for more. A poorly delivered one, however, can leave them confused or disinterested. So how do we ensure that our delivery is on point? Firstly, clarity is key. Speak clearly, articulate your words, and ensure that your listeners can understand every word you say. This doesn't mean you have to perfect every syllable, but aim for a level of clarity that allows your audience to follow along without straining their ears. Now, let's talk pace. Maintaining a steady pace is critical. If you're too fast, your listeners might struggle to keep up. If you're too slow, you risk losing their interest. Find a rhythm that works for you and stick with it. Think of it as setting the tempo for your podcast, but pace isn't just about speed, it's also about rhythm and flow. Vary your pace to match the mood of your content. Speed up during exciting moments, slow down during reflective ones. This can add a dynamic layer to your podcast and keep your listeners engaged. Next, let's discuss pauses. Pauses are powerful tools in the world of podcasting. They provide a moment of silence, a break for your listeners to digest what you've just said. Use them strategically. A well-placed pause can emphasize a point, create suspense, or simply give your listeners a moment to breathe. Remember, your voice is your instrument, and effective delivery is about playing it well. It's about clarity, pace, and the strategic use of pauses. It's about knowing when to speed up, when to slow down, and when to let silence do the talking. Effective delivery is key to ensuring your listeners understand and engage with your podcast. Let's revisit the key points we've discussed today. First up, vocal warm-ups. Just like athletes, podcasters need to prep before the game. A good warm-up session not only keeps your vocal cords healthy, but also ensures you're delivering clear and crisp audio. Moving on, we explored the art of voice modulation. It's not just about what you say, but how you say it. Modulating your voice helps bring your words to life, creating a more engaging and dynamic listening experience. Finally, we discussed delivering your message effectively. Remember, podcasting is about storytelling. Whether you're sharing facts, opinions, or personal anecdotes, the way you deliver your message can make all the difference. Use pauses strategically, vary your tone and tempo, and always keep your listener in mind. With these tips in mind, you're well on your way to honing your voice for podcasting.